Hey, thank you for being concerned. I appreciate it. So, last week I actually posted a video about the ep files and the theories that I have and how it's tied to family court. And barely anybody saw it. And then this app deemed it misinformation, took it down, and gave me a strike. So that was really upsetting because just connecting dots based on facts, two sets of facts, one about what's going on in family court and the use of the parental alienation theory, and then the other set of facts surrounding what JE was doing in that network and how perhaps they're connected. And I did a pendulum reading about that, and this app said that was misinformation and took it down, gave me a strike. And so I was like, okay, well, now how do I share this truth that's revealed from spirit? I will say that that video that was taken down on this app is on the Tube of You. So if you want to see it, you can go check it out there. But I was just like, how do I continue to reveal that? And at the same time, I had turned in my motion for reconsideration from my own personal situation with family court, where on July 2nd, the judge in my case decided to shift the burden of proof about whether or not my daughter was ready to see me after 4 years. She's 9. When she gave that burden to my daughter's father, because my daughter's father is the one that supposedly takes our daughter to see a court-appointed psychologist and was supposed to get a letter from that psychologist. He did not. And so the judge ultimately decided not to grant therapeutic supervised parenting time for me because we didn't know whether or not my daughter was ready, and put that burden on me, even though it was not my burden to bear. It was his. He was told to do that. He didn't do it. So I filed a motion for reconsideration, hoping that the judge would realize the palpable error that she made by shifting the burden onto me. And last week on Friday, I got her response saying that it was not a palpable error and that she had not shifted the burden. And just because she had told him on the record that he needed to do that, it was ultimately my responsibility because she didn't order it. It wasn't in a court order. Yet the concerns that I have to address from the court in order to see my daughter again were stated on the record. I have to address what was stated on the record, but what is not in a court order. So two systems of judgment there. And so that was devastating to see. And how do I move forward beyond that? Do I appeal that to the appellate court? Which then, if I do that, I have to order transcripts, which I don't have the funds to do. Do I file a motion for relief from the requirements that the judge set forth, only for her to rule the same way, and then I would have to appeal that to an appellate court, which I don't have the funds to do, whether it's hire somebody or do it on my own? Or do I file a motion to have her removed for bias because my judge's father-in-law happens to be friends with my daughter's father's attorney? And there is a clear bias there because it is apparent that she ruled the way that she did simply because that attorney showed up again. She wasn't there during the original motion call hearing, which got me the evidentiary hearing to begin with, but she was present after, which is a little suspicious. But so it's like, what do I do? I don't really know. Yeah, that definitely, was depressing for sure. I don't think anyone would not have that reaction. And so I just, I knew I couldn't talk about it on here without potentially having my account banned. Like, that's what I'm facing, being banned because I spoke the truth. So when it comes to stuff like that, I am going to be putting those videos on my Substack. So if you're not following me on Substack, please do, because I'll put the videos on there because the truth needs to be out there. People need to see it. And if there wasn't a connection between those two similar enterprises that are illegal or possibly legal, I guess, like they're very similar, right? And there is a connection. Spirit said so. And if there wasn't, Spirit wouldn't have said so. And so it's just frustrating that I put that out there and now I'm at risk of having my account banned because of that. So I'm going to talk about that only on Substack. So I hope you'll follow me there if you aren't already. And then also, I had been getting a lot of downloads for the past week and a half. So around the time that I filed the motion for reconsideration, I was working on that for like a week. I filed that on the 23rd of July. And then like I started getting a bunch of information from Spirit. And it's been like a lot all at once. And my clairs are more heightened than ever. A lot of spirits are coming through to talk to me. So I'm going to make videos talking about that. And then I'm going to go in depth more on those messages and what it all means on my Substack. Because again, I don't want to get my account banned. So the videos on here will be like base level. And then anything else is going to be on Substack. So that's that. But I'm okay. Sometimes you just need to take a break, and getting messages from Spirit as often as I was is also like, that's a lot of energy as well. And also trying to think about like, how can I show up and still reveal this truth without risking my account? Because apparently this app is cool with, spreading misinformation so long as it doesn't go against their agenda. So, yeah. But I can definitely talk about it on Substack. So that's where I'm going to do it. So please follow me on Substack. And you can find the link for that through my bio. There's a link there, Linktree. And you can find my Substack, Magical MiMi's Substack. So that's where I'll be putting it. So, all right. Thank you for caring. I really appreciate it. And also, I have openings for pendulum readings, tarot readings, pendulum and tarot readings, oracle readings, pendulum and oracle readings, spiritual healing through the pendulum as well. I have openings for that. So if you're able to, help me out. Book a reading. I'm going to be sharing more client reviews and what they say about what it's like having a session with me. But there's already one on my page, so go check it out. And there's more testimonials than just that. So until next time, peace be with you.